Hi, what's up guys? Today I would like to show you my Vanquished Soul K9 deck profile. So let's go into the main deck. For the Vanquished Soul monsters I play 3 Raizen, 3 Medlow. This is the best normal summon and starters. Don't forget to normal summon or summon your Raizen under the extra monster zone because it has a quick effect to pop a card your opponent's monsters in the same columns. So if you put this card in the under the extra monster zone and you summon the Rock of the Vanquisher into the next extra monster zone, you can pop it. Medlow is really good to search your field spell. That is important because it sets your trap. And also the bounce effect is pretty neat interruptions because all your Vanquished Soul monsters has a high defense. And also it's a dark, so it's a really good attribute. Next, 3 Holy Soul, 3 Jiaolong. So these are the level 5 monsters. Holy Soul is a non-brainer to play 3 because it's an extender, and also it gets you either a Vanquished Soul from deck or steal one of your opponent's monsters. Some players play less Jiaolong or tries to play less Jiaolong. I also try to play 1 or 2 copies, but this card is Vanquished Soul name, it's a fire, and also it's a level 5 monster, so it works really well with the K9 monsters. But most importantly is it's a fire, so you need a lot of fires in order to your deck to work. Instead of Jiaolong I try to play the Rescue Ace cards, but they are not that great, so I cut them and only play the Jiaolongs. Next, the other 2 are Heavy Burger and 1 Scissor Values. Most builds play 2 copies of Heavy Burger, some 3 or some 1, but I play only 1 because in this deck I play Pot of Extravagance that I think is really needed for this deck because you need consistency. So you need a lot of attributes, a lot of different attributes to work with. And if you play other cards, for example hand traps that you discard, you will sometimes miss the attributes, or if you play a lot of spells or other engine, so it can cripple your plays. Next, 1 Field Spell and 1 Snow Devil. So these 2 cards are really powerful. Snow Devil, I usually side this out going second, but the card is really strong just to as another form of interruption, so it's another monster effect. And all 3 effects of the field spell are really strong, so it's either a searcher. Also it has a protection effect, so that is pretty important against some decks where they want to destroy the Vanquished Soul monsters. Mostly this is important against Mitsurugi. And also the third effect is to set the trap. And the trap in combination with the other cards are strong because it protects your Vanquished Soul monsters and Raigeki your opponent, also your non-Vanquished Soul monsters, but that doesn't really matter. So I want to activate all the other interruptions that I have with non-Vanquished Soul monsters, and afterwards I activate it and clear the board. And also it burns your opponent. It can be a easy win in time, and also with the other combination of cards that burns can pretty easily end your opponent's game. Next, 3 Stegosaur. This card is unfortunately not a Vanquished Soul card, so it's not searchable, but it gets you your Vanquished Soul monsters from deck. It special summons your Vanquished Soul monsters from deck. But if I only have Earth monsters in hand, this card pretty much sucks. So I play a lot of Fire and Dark, so most of the time it's just okay. Next, for the Canines, I play 3 Joku, 3 Izuna, 1 Lupus, 1 Lantern, and 1 Case of Canine. I don't play the Quick Play spell because I don't play the Werewolf in the extra deck. Because of extravagance, I don't want to banish it, and I don't want to play multiples. And the Quick Play spell is another brick that I don't want to open because that's not an attribute, and also it's not a good going second card. It's a nice interruption, but it's not needed. The end board of this deck is really strong, so it's nice but not needed to have another disruption. Some players cut Joku entirely or play only 1. I also tried, but Joku is a dark monster that is really important, and with playing with the other level 5 monsters, with Jiaolong, Hoisu and other level 5 monsters, it's a nice way to get 2 monsters on the field, and these cards provide you more pushes, so playing into board or playing through hand traps, it's a lot easier with multiple Canine monsters. I play 1 Case of Canine for the Lantern to have even though if I don't have the Quick Play spell. Lupus has a really good targeting protection for the XYZ monsters, and Izuna is another hand trap and interruption, so it's a nice way to interrupt your opponent by summoning Izuna, send Lupus, and then get it back. Funnily enough, yesterday when I playtested this deck, my opponent Ghost Ogred Izuna. You shouldn't do that, never, because you should Ghost Ogre the Lupus, because afterwards I just summon Lupus, and Lupus can be used as a XYZ monster during your opponent's turn. So if your opponent special summon twice, you can just summon Typhoon on top of Lupus. You don't need to use 2 monsters. And it has a targeted protection, the Typhoon, so my opponent couldn't rid of it turn 1, so when I passed, I still get the Typhoon and get rid of one of your opponent's monster by detaching a material. Okay, that's it for the Canines. Next, consistency cards, 3 Extravagance, 1 Rota to search reason, because it's another starter and another fire in hand, and Extravagance. I adjusted the ratios in the extra deck a little bit, and also the reason why I play only 1 Heavy Burger is the Extravagance, because the Heavy Burger effect, the best effect is to draw a card, but it conflicts with Extravagance, so that's why I only play 1 Heavy Burger, and you need a lot of cards in hand to play the game. And for non-engine, I play 3 Funvalos. This is not a Fire, Dark or Earth, unfortunately, but it's a card that gives you those attributes going second, so that's why I play this card. And it also weakens my opponent's board or gives me multiple draws, and with the Vanquished Soul cards and Canine cards, I can, with the engine, break almost any board. And 3 Ash. This is also really important because it's fire, and 2 Crow. So this is the hand trap that I opted to play. I tried to play Prolia, but it's also not an attribute that I want to play, and Crow is pretty solid against most matchups, but the best is against Yami, but it has other applications. For example, against Vanquished Soul, most games the opponent going for the rocks, add back one of the Vanquished Soul from grave to have the attribute, and by crowing the attribute, crowing the monster, can disrupt the opponent's plays, because they think that they will have the attribute to get back, but they will probably that way miss the attribute, and they can miss some plays afterwards thanks to it. And also against Dracotel is pretty solid to crow. Okay, that's it for the main deck. In the extra I play 3 Rock of the Vanquisher, and this is for the extravagance. Normally I would play only 2 copies, 1 SP Little Knight. This is not it's not that needed, so I only play 1 copy, because Rock of the Vanquisher cannot be used as a link material, but this card can come up if I want to get rid of some problematic card from the field. Next, for excited monsters, I play 2 Reaper. So originally I play 3 in the extravagance build, because this card is really good, but most of the time I don't banish both of them, and even if I banish, it's not the end of the world. I play the Nash Knight package, so the Nash Knight, CXY, Nash Knight, Masquerade, and C104 Masquerade. So this can be problematic for the extravagance, but if I'm going second, I just go for the Nash Knight, and that way I just summon it before I activate the extravagance, and that way the Nash Knight is usually the best interruption. So that's why I go into it, and so that's not really problem for the extravagance. And if I banish one of these pieces, I can just go for the other rank 5, for example the Velon, that is also, or Reaper. These are really good interruptions even during my opponent's turn. So but if I don't banish the Nash Knight, but only these 2, I can still go for the Nash Knight effect, so it's not really that problem to play the extravagance with these ratios. Next, I play 1 Paradise Smasher. So normally I don't go into Paradise Smasher most games, and you should also don't go into it unless your opponent plays board breakers, not play a lot of hand traps, because this card can lose 2 hand traps and you need to waste 3 rank 5s to go into it. But if your opponent has a board breaker deck, or if your opponent has activates Fuvalos or Purolia or some problematic cards, and I have don't have a great hand. For example, I have a lot of canine monsters. It's not I cannot really pass on just my Vanquished Soul monsters if I don't have enough of them. So in that regard, I go into Paradise Smasher. But with Paradise Smasher, I cannot go into it if I use the Joku effect or the Lantern effect, because the summoned monsters cannot be used as for a light monster. That's why I play Imperial Princess Quinkery, because with this card I can turn 2 canine monsters into another monster that I can special summon from the grave, and with that I can go into Paradise Smasher. And also the Quinkery is important if I use my level 5 Vanquished Soul monsters and go for the Reaper play to search my canine monsters. Sometimes I don't have 2 Vanquished Soul names for the field spell effect, because a field spell requires you to have at least 2 Vanquished Soul monsters to set the trap. But the Rock of the Vanquisher this card is not a Vanquished Soul monster. So if I go into it and I have only one other Vanquished Soul monster, after I go for Reaper, I just go for Jokul and one other monster, and with those monsters I can go for Queen Query, and Queen Query can revive one of my Vanquished Soul monsters from grave. That way I have 2 Vanquished Souls to set the trap. Next, I play 1 Zeus to clear problematic boards. And the last card is in the extra is Typhoon. This is pretty much mandatory in any K9 build that plays Lupus. And that's it for the extra deck and deck profile. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this deck, what would you change, and what other deck profiles would you like to see. Thanks for watching and see you next time.